bros. Check camp. Shalom.
Shalom.
I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles, great millstone that taught us his truth. Peace, love, and salutation to the whole Phaleg Akim, teaching and preaching his truth with all righteousness and sincerity. With the Israelites that have prophesied the downfall of Babylon the Great, and to give our people warning of the various sad perils, as well as the MOTB, which is the implantable technology that will shortly come upon the earth. All right, with the Israelites, and we come out week in, week out to push the vibration of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which is the true names of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, whom the world ignorantly calls Lord God and Jesus Christ, the Savior of the children of Israel. Now our lessons, our street speaking is for the elect, the remnant, the Israel, the Most High. Unto you is the gospel preached, which gospel means good news, which the whole Bible is full of the good news of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Now, it's January 2nd, 2022, and as our elders and apostles, Great Millstone, have coined this year, the year of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai turning up. And that means it's gonna continually to get worse. All right, the Lord is gonna fulfill, start having these prophecies being fulfilled on a large scale, and all manner of judgment, calamity, pandemonium. All right, we speak about famine, pestilence, the love of many waxing cold, sedition, uproar, and Esau, Edom coming down with great wrath. All right, so we just gonna go in the spirit, Lord willing, you be edified through the spirit, power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
The 2nd Ezra 16:1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away?
So that's the future of these ruling empires, man. It said, woe unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Babylon is talking about Babylon the Great, ruled by Esau, Edom. Asia is talking about China and all those Asian countries, man, which Russia is a part of Asia. All right, because Russia and Asia, they're pretty much in conglomerate with each other, and their faces is hardened against Babylon. Y'all not coming into power next. China's not coming into power next. So it's woe to Asia. All right, and what other country you say over there?
It said Egypt and Syria.
Egypt, Syria is the Middle East. Which when you look at a map, Syria is right above Israel. You got Syria, Lebanon, Israel. To the east of that, you got Iraq, Iran. All right, and that area is called the Levant, and that's where the Valley of Jehoshaphat is located. You got the Tigris, and then the River Euphrates, which goes into the Persian Gulf. All right, and then you have the Black Sea. You have the neighboring seas in that area. Then southwest you got Egypt. All right, which it lists. So these ruling empires that's in power, woe unto them, because the sword is sent unto you. Now the ultimate sword is the ICBM missile technology. All right, which during World War III they will be shot upon Babylon the Great, Israel, and other places throughout the world that the Lord wants to be destroyed. You got it, bro.
It says in verse 6, may any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it hath begun to burn. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer, The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away?
Now the Lord asks some rhetorical questions. All right. Can a man turn away a hungry lion in a wood? Absolutely, he absolutely cannot. So this destruction that's coming, can't nobody do anything to stop the wrath of the Lord. And as the brother went into, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues. Now the ultimate plague you'll find in Zechariah 14 and 12. We'll get that and then we'll come back. Because we prophesy evils and war, man. We can also hold Jeremiah 28 and 8, going into basically
Jacob's trouble,
the attitude and the behavior of the prophets.
Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And
that's by way of nuclear destruction. And they showed you a glimpse of that in World War II when Sarah Connor was hanging on that fence, and that nuclear blast came and basically turned her into a skeleton.
Terminator 2.
Oh, Terminator 2. What movie I say?
World War II.
Oh, man. Minds on these wars, man.
Yeah, man.
You know? But yeah, so that's the plague, you know? Now, well, I know a brother was holding Jeremiah 28, and then we can go back to that.
Look at Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against kingdoms, of war, evil, and of pestilence.
So that's the behavior of a righteous prophet that's sent in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. They're going to be prophesying against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. That's the conversation of the prophets. All right, and we also speak about repentance and converting and worshiping the true power. We also speak about the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It's going to speak about the righteous standing stiffly for the names of the Lord. So this is the conduct, all right, of the prophets. We can go back to 2 Ezra 16.
This verse 9. A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten of powder at his presence?
Yeah, anybody that's coming against the Lord during World War III is going to be utterly destroyed. And Lord willing, we'll go into 2 Ezra 13. All right, because all these nations, starting with the armies, is going to be beaten to powder. And when we go into 2 Ezra 13 to speak about how when that fire came upon them, all they seen was a dust and smell of smoke. The Lord is going to dust and smoke all the armies of the heathen and set up that righteous rulership on earth, which is named the kingdom of heaven.
It says, I'm going to actually skip down to verse 15. Verse 15, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth.
Now the foundation, which a foundation goes into the structure of this place, all right, which is ruled by Esau. The foundation of this place is going to be utterly overthrown, utterly destroyed. When you read 2 Ezra 6 and 9, it speaks about how Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So Esau's world, the foundation of this place, is going to be brought low and destroyed. You got it.
It's Isaiah 34 and verse 13. And this is talking about Babylon the Great. It says, and thorns shall come up in her palaces, nettles and brambles in the fortresses thereof. And it shall be an habitation of dragons and a court for owls. The wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island, and the satyr shall cry to his fellow. The screech owl shall rest there and find for itself a place of rest.
So Babylon the Great is going to be turned to a desolate wilderness. All right. It's going after this place is destroyed, and then this place is on fire. Scripture speak about the lake of fire. It's going to burn for a long period of time. Then after that, it's going to turn into a desolate wilderness, and then you're going to have these desert-like creatures roaming and dwelling here.
Look at Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of Yahweh Shai or power are upon the sinful kingdom.
which is Babylon the Great.
AKA America.
Now, that was talking about Israel, all right, Jacob, all right? But when you read in Deuteronomy 30:7, it speaks about how these curses shall fall upon them that hate thee and thy enemies. So this now applies to Esau, Edom, as well as these nations that's in power. So the Lord is going to come against that sinful kingdom, chiefly Babylon.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
So the Lord isn't going to utterly destroy the house of Jacob. That's why when we opened up this lesson, the street speaking, we spoke about how this is for the elect. Because the elect is going to return unto the Lord in spirit and truth, and the Lord is going to gather them before that great and mighty day of the Lord, man. You know, before this place is destroyed, the Lord is going to have the chariots beam up the elect. And then directly, while the missiles is coming, the elect is going to get beamed up in those chariots, and then they're going to see the reward of the wicked.
For though I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations.
Now, all nations, because Israel is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And the sifting agent is its truth. Now, the technique of sifting, all right, you can have a grater, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, a sifter.
Yeah, a sifter.
A colander.
And then you have, like when you look up those videos where they go and like find gold, they have like a sifter where it divides the dirt from gold.
Yeah.
So all the dirt will fall down, but the gold will stay in the sifter. So that's what the Lord is doing by way of the doctrine. The dirt, those are the unwanted. Those are the individuals that the Lord have not predestinated salvation from the foundation of the earth. And then what's kept in the sifter, which is the gold, is the elect.
Yes.
All right? And the Lord is doing it by way of this doctrine.
Yeah.
When you read in James, the 1st chapter, it speaks about receiving an engrafted word, which is able to save your soul. Okay? It's a sifter.
Like as corn is sifted in the sea, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
In the least grain. All right? Whoever the least is of the elect, they ain't falling to the ground. They're going to get gathered. Right?
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
And that's the mindset of the 2/3. All right, it said all the sinners shall die by the sword. When we went into that sword, which is the ICBM missiles, all right, and all the sinners is 2/3. They don't have the covering of Yahweh Shai. They don't have their sins forgiven by way of the tender mercies and the loving kindness of the Lord. All right, the 2/3 didn't believe the doctrine, so therefore they're going to get destroyed. And these are unrepentant sinners, because we're all sin and came short of the glory of the Most High. But we're repentant sinners. We believe in Yahweh Shai. But all the sinners that's going to die, the Lord's people, those are the 2/3.
Just to land back. This is Amos 9. And this is Amos 9:9. For lo, I command and I will sift.
Oh no, the brothers just brought that up.
You brought out 99?
Yeah. But you can bring out it again.
Oh, Slakia. I thought you brought out 90. Yeah, the eyes of the Lord, Slakia.
Oh, you bring it out. The spare one to come out.
I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all the nations, like as corn sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Slakia.
Yeah, so the Lord is going to have a sifting agent that come upon the world, which is His truth, that's going to separate the elect from the non-elect. And the least grain ain't going to fall upon the earth. Right? So, you have some more over there?
There's verse 10, where it says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
Yeah, and they think the Lord ain't going to do good, neither will He do evil. Meaning they have a unbelieving heart, man. You know? So, I know we was going into 2nd Ezra 16. Did you want to still go into that?
Yeah, it was a little bit more.
Okay. Because it's a lot of good stuff that we can go into in that chapter.
2nd Ezra 16 and let me see, 15 again. It says, the fire is kindled and should not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth.
And that's going into Esau's rulership.
Like as an arrow which a shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again.
Yeah, so the plagues that the Lord is going to send, which we went into the ultimate plague in Zechariah 14, but there's going to be plagues. We spoke about Jacob's trouble and all the different things that's going to be happening during that time period. The Lord ain't going to draw it back. The Lord ain't going to stop it. It's going to just keep increasing upon the earth. See, what we see right now with, the bottlenecking at the ports, all right, the port crisis, the inflation, the goods and services becoming either limited or very expensive, all right? The mindset of these people is changing from one matter to the next. Scripture speak about how the Lord is going to be distressed upon men, all right? People's attitudes is changing. That whole, that American spirit is changing to a worse state. You got the follow home robberies, you got invasions, all right? You got people getting strong armed on the streets.
Smash and grab.
You got smash and grabs, all right? Scripture speak about how the land of Judah is going to be a terror to Egypt. So this place is going to get very grim and dark, man.
It says,
No, I was just saying.
It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
Now that's Ezra speaking, all right, which was a Levite. So he saw these visions of the future, and he said, woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days? Because you're going to most definitely need a savior or deliverer in the times that we're entering into, man. All the death, destruction, and chaos that's finna come upon this place, you're going to need deliverance, man. Your own earthly knowledge and wisdom, you having, your weapons and your prepping kits.
Yeah.
Your doomsday prepper kits. None of that is going to save you in the time period that we're entering into.
Especially niggas like that.
Yeah.
Like they just turn around, did some shit and do some stuff up, man.
Most High's going to kill them niggas, man. Probably tonight. And them the same niggas that you see on TV that they got shot and killed by the police, and their parents is out, man, he was going to Trayvon, my son Trayvon. He was going to college, he was getting his stuff together, man. He was always playing basketball. No, your son Trayvon was a fucking gremlin, man.
He was a damn soft target.
Dragon.
Yeah, that's not what his IG say, man. You know what I'm saying? The IG, he posted up with all hella fucking guns and shit, doing all other signs and shit. With the goons and shit, man.
It's a spirit. You said smash and grabbers because these niggas are dressed in the same apparel.
Yep.
Smash and grab.
They got that smash and grab cover.
Yep. At least in the police car, the little poster they got a police car. At least that's what they look like to them.
Yeah. It's when the scriptures speak about wild bulls caught in the net, the scriptures talking about them niggas. Yep.
It says, verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
And to sum everything that the brother was bringing out, it's talking about judgment, man. The spirit of judgment is finna, we're in the beginning of the spirit of judgment. Going into what the apostles coined this year through the spirit power of Yahweh Shem El Shai, which is Yahweh Shem El Shai is turning up. All the things that the brother listed, the beginning of sorrows. Yahweh Shai spoke about that in Matthew the 24th chapter. Can we get that real quick? Matthew 24, maybe like 10. Yeah. Yahweh Shai spoke about that. And Esdras was on the scene roughly about 400 to 500 years before Yahweh Shai came on the scene.
Bring it up. All right, so the book of Matthew, chapter 24, you want me to start at verse 10 where it says, and then many shall be offended?
No,
or where it says, beginning of sorrows?
Yeah. Beginning of sorrows, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Isn't that the time period that we're in? We hear a lot of war activity in the Levant, in the Middle East. You got Russia, got strong language, against Biden.
Russia, them tensions are growing, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those tensions are growing. You ain't talking about some sanctions, this and that, because of Ukraine. But like, bro, like they're not gonna regard silver and gold, man.
Yeah.
The scripture says the means shall not regard silver and gold. They're not gonna care about the consequences. They've had it up to here with these fucking Babylonians.
Yeah. And rumors of war lead to actual wars. That's how wars start. Oh, no, I don't like this guy. I don't like that guy. Oh, you heard old boy don't like old boy? Yeah. Then the word get back to him, and well, I'm gonna do something.
And it's not new because these countries have always hated this place. All these countries have always hated America.
The scriptures speak about how they drunk in their wine and now they're mad.
Yeah.
And to build up what you're saying with the rumors of war, the West, which is NATO, the EU, they're always blaming the Russians for the proxy war. You got the Russians and you got the Persians out there in the Middle East, setting up these different groups to fight the 1948ers, man. Always, and that's the rumors of war right there. They're supporting these and funding these different groups. So we're gonna go and drone strike their fucking second in command general.
There was some airstrikes that happened yesterday on the Gaza Strip. The Israeli launched some airstrikes on the Gaza Strip, which is where the Palestinians dwell.
Reads, "You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet."
Yeah, see, we speaking about the things that's going to lead up to the war. Because once the war comes, that's when Yahweh Shai comes.
Alright. The end is not yet, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
Now, when it says nation shall rise against nation, when you go into that word in the Greek, it's ethnos, which is tribes and kindreds of people. So you're going to have racial wars. You're going to have a civil war going on out here because a lot of people is coming to the understanding that America isn't what they thought it was. The American dream is not accomplishable for certain sects of people. Inflation, hyperinflation, gentrification, the cost of living. All right.
The education system.
The education system.
It's a farce. You go to college for 4 years and you can't even work at McDonald's now.
You go to college. College is being found out because, in all actuality, the Lord has put the spirit on the prophets, starting with our elders and apostles, great millstone, to uncover this bitch. All right. All the secrets and lies is being exposed about this place, and people is now waking up out of that slumber.
Nakedness.
People's waking up out of that sleep and saying, to hell with this place, man. You got the great resignation. A lot of people is quitting these jobs due to the requirements and mandates.
The big quit.
They call it the big quit. And there's so many jobs right now to where these employers can't even get employees to come and work their jobs, man. There's people saying this fuck this shit, man. Here it is, you working your ass off, you busting your ass, you working double time, triple time, and then you get paid. And it goes all back to the so-called white man. And you got to just continue that perpetual,
that cycle.
That cycle of slavery, man.
Yep. And it's playing out, huh?
Yep.
They getting sick of that shit.
Then you go on social media, everybody traveling, everybody eating good, people buying new cars and shit. So people like, what the fuck? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
This place is just a place of confusion.
Yeah.
Here.
It's Isaiah 47:2. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh.
It's that nakedness.
Pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Yeah, so like the brother said, this place, Babylon, aka America, okay, hey, it's being uncovered, man, to be a place of confusion. And how is it being uncovered? Through the prophets of the Lord, man. Like the brother said, started with the apostles of great millstone on down. This isn't the delicate, homely place that these American peons think it used to be. All right, they're about to start seeing that this place is full of lies, witchcraft, robbery. All right, and their main enemy been all up in their face their whole life, and they ain't been able to see it. But like the apostles always say, it's gonna come a time to where this devil, his horns are gonna show, because through the spirit, I don't know if Brother C, basically on this NWO, right? This New World Order, we're in phase 5. There's only 6 phases, man. Right? We're in phase 5, which phase 5 includes more lockdowns, all right? More legislative. They said, I forgot what state it was. They just passed in this new year coming in, like 23 new laws. You know, just one day, they have the power to do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
But through the Spirit, also with that, phase 5 comes martial law. All right, and it's the Spirit that is phase 5 because phase 5 needs power, and it's phase 6. All right, in the NWO, it's for them to set up their whole. Basically, things are supposed to be accomplished at that point in time. But it's the Spirit that Apostle Tahar named it Yahweh Shai turning up, because also too, this could be the year that the Lord turns his men up too. You know, the next phase, man. Because and it's true, we go through phases too. Yeah. You know, with Yahweh Shai. And now this could be that phase to where the Lord really just turns up. Because this devil, he's already exposed, man. I'm gonna read it again. It says. Take the millstones and grind milk, uncover thy lots, make bare the lead, uncover the thighs, pass over the rivers. When your thighs uncovered, you basically naked. You know? It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. Everybody is basically waking up to this society and how wicked it is, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's why the behavior and the mindset of the people is changing. You know, that's why you're going to have people that's going to come against, you know, this society. Now, we can get in, because it's a lot we can read in 16. But can we go to 2nd Ezra 15, where it speaks about how people's going to come against the government and all that shit? You know, because with America being exposed, the mind state and mentality of the people is finna go from loving this place to disliking this place, man. Yeah. You know, you got a lot of, you know, so-called woke movements, you know, and of course you got the truth out there, which really expose all the lies of this place.
And the government is speaking as a dragon right now.
Yep.
He's only gonna talk for so long.
All things working together for good for them that love him, because, you know, us in this knowledge, you know, Star Wars and Apostles Green Books, we take like different bits of information, you know, that lines up with the scriptures from these different truth chapters, you know. Yeah. That's what, you know what I'm saying. It's very diverse.
Ezra 15:15. For the sword and the destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand.
And that's what the brother brought out in Matthew the 24th chapter. Nation shall rise up against nation. Because people's is rising up, man, with swords in their hands, which the modern day sword is the weapon, the gun. Ultimately, it's the ICBM missile technology. But you can add the gun, bats, chains. You know, people's gonna start taking matters into their own hands, man. Once they figure, because it's already been brought out that, you know, there's secret counsel on how they're trying to prevent farmers from, you know, yielding produce. Prevent, you know, the ship containers docking at the ports and allowing those goods and services to come into the infrastructure. All right. It's been brought out that this is a orchestrated famine. So what people's gonna do is they're gonna say, you know what? We got weapons, we got ammunition. I'm gonna form me a little militia. I'm gonna form me a little small man army, and we're gonna go and take back what's rightfully ours. Especially those Edomites and those Bible belts and those southern states. They're gonna come against Esau, man. Which they're Edomites too. Yeah. But they're gonna come against, because their pride and joy is the Constitution, or my rights, my gun rights, my rights as an American. My forefathers fought for our freedom here.
The scriptures say there's gonna be sedition among men.
Yep. So you got
yes. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
And we see that right now. People is getting home invasions. It's all in the prophecies, man. People getting followed home, breaking and entering. And why are people following people home from grocery stores? Why are people invading people's houses? All right, it's going to tell you.
It says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
It says not regarding their kings or princes. That's the sheriffs, the police department, your mayors, your governors, the presidents. Why? Because people's gonna come to the understanding that they've been lied to. That these people is controlled by somebody else behind the scenes.
Yeah.
All right? Go ahead.
It says, verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
And when it's all hell breaking loose, then they're gonna come out with the martial law, the lockdowns, the shutdowns, all right, the checkpoints, all right, cutting off freeways, entrance and exits, barbed wires, chain fences. They out there with the dogs, you know, military personnel with the guns and rifles,
Barricades and shit.
barricades, militarized vehicles, and we all seen them videos of a train just bringing shitloads of military vehicles. Where do you think they're going, man? They're going into a neighborhood near you.
That's the spirit that it was said right after that precept.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the least believe man ordered the chaos.
Yep.
So the order would be to protect these, you know, the martial law. Because people are sedition among each other. Sedition against each other. So
Yeah,
spiritual
sedition.
that-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. It's spiritual that is about it.
Yeah, because we know what and how these Edomites is gonna bring their agenda through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. You know, see, that's why they fear the truth, because the prophecies of the Lord is Esau's playbook. You got to play. That's just like you playing football against a team, and somehow, some way, you got their playbooks. So you looking at their formation, the opposite team formation, and you like, okay, they form like that, they're gonna throw a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
They finna, you know, that's the format of their Hail Mary.
Yeah.
So what you do is you get your team in order.
Yeah.
All right, look, you know, everybody get to the back, you know. So now Esau can't make his scores. He can't make his plays. You know, he got to go back to the drawing board and trying to figure shit out. And we got those plays that he got at the drawing board too. So Esau is just in straits. That's why they try to delete our videos. They take down our content. So we got to go to a whole nother website,
platform,
man.
yeah.
And it's a saying that ignorance is bliss. And ignorance means lack of knowledge. Bliss means happy. Now, elites are challenged because they don't want to know the truth.
Yeah.
So hence why they don't want to know at all. They just want to push their agenda, but you got the throw on your side, which are the prophets, man. Starting with our apostles, it was a great millstone.
You can't do nothing against this. And them scoffers and these people that's walking by and yelling up obscenities.
Yeah.
The Lord is finished, man. This is the year of the Lord turning up.
Turn up, yeah.
This is not that time to be worldly and scoffing, man.
Scoffing.
Just
good.
a big major scoffer just got put to death 2-3 days ago, man. See, all that partying bullshit, and you just want to yell out, want to get this on camera. Get this, let me get this on YouTube. Let me yell at them. Man,
It says
all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, as it's written. There you go.
It says 2nd Ezra 15:18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
By their pride, the city shall be troubled. The city shall be troubled. All right? We always talk about Jacob's trouble, which is the time they have not been on the face of the earth. You know, when we saw what was going on over in LA, Los Angeles, and these neighboring streets around here, it's gonna get like that, but worse, man. We just brought it out. This is the beginning of sorrows, and people shooken up by that.
It's gonna be turned up.
The Lord is finna crank it up higher.
Time like never before.
Yeah.
And this is why this people gonna be troubled, you know. 2nd Ezra 8:50. For many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time, shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Damn.
So that's the main reason, because people are prideful. You know, which definition of pride is when you go to Sirach 10,
Beginning of
verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from Yahweh. When all the people departed from Yahweh Shemon Shai, the Most High not all their thoughts, not all their hearts, you know, concerning 2/3 of our people. You know, but also, you know, like Apostle Rama did a video earlier this week. You know, a lot of people have a misconception of Yahweh Shemon Shai.
Yep.
You know, they don't know the true intent of the Lord. That he's a fearful power. He's not a God of all love. Like he's a God of judgment and hate too. Man. Lord has enemies on earth too.
Like the apostle said here, there's the Lord created us with all these different emotions and all this stuff.
But he don't got it.
But he don't got them. All he got is he just got one emotion.
just love.
Come on now. But then when you read the scripts, it speaks about the fear of the Lord. Why would you fear somebody that's just full of love? That don't even make sense.
Destroyed the whole planet and left 8 people. They don't get that. They don't understand what that means.
Oh no, the God in the Old Testament, that was a different God that's done away with now.
It says the beginning of pride from one departed from Yahweh, and his heart is turned away from his maker.
And these people have turned their heart away from the Maker. Man, this is an anti-Messiah. You go into that.
The whole planet is.
This is an anti-Messiah society. You know?
It says 2nd Ezra 16 and 19. It says, I'm sorry, 18. The beginning of sorrows and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come?
That says the powers shall stand in great fear, like we was going into. The powers, which is the least that's ruling the earth in wickedness, they're standing in great fear because the prophets is out declaring their downfall, man. Oh shit, man. The prophets is out. You know? They're getting exposed as we were going into.
The apostles state on the regular that they're losing sleep over.
They used to sleep over this. You got it, bro.
It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Famine, death, you know, plague. They sent as scourges for amendment. Amendment means to get right, and a scourge is a whip. So the Lord is sending these different, you know, ebb and flow of prophecy out there. You know, you may hear a little famine, which Esau calls it food insecurity. You hear that, and then it goes away. Then you hear a little tribulation, and it goes away. Then you hear, you know, some weather destruction.
Yeah, right.
Like we heard about in, what was it, Colorado?
Yeah.
You don't even hear that shit no more.
Yeah, nah.
You know, the tornadoes and stuff, you hear that, then it goes away. You know?
He's playing. He's like,
you know, the Lord sends those things out, but those are scourges for, you know, you throw it out and it comes back.
and
You feel me?
those are like those birth pains.
Yeah.
You saying it's coming.
Yeah.
You can't stop it from coming, but it's it eased off for a second. But then it come back on.
But see, that's scourges for a minute. That's for the elect to see and be like, wait a minute. Because scriptures speak about the elect coming in at the last hour.
And you know what I think about when I hear about that, you know what I'm saying, is that, you know, Esau, he has that predictive program, you know, which he really emulates the Lord, you know, left the right hand side, you know, because the Lord, you always send the prophets out.
Yeah.
Predictive program. The Lord got Israel predictive program. So he's showing us what he's about to unleash.
So the Lord, you know, he got these different things happening in the earth. So the elect can start questioning things like, wait, what's going on? You know? And you know, I be seeing people like getting that light bulb on you know, you may be on like, you know, social media, maybe a well-known Instagram account that bring out, you know, some LGBT shit, and then you read the comments and people be like, man, I'm tired of seeing this, man. Like, why are they always pushing this on us? You know, why are they always doing this to our, you know, I mean, they're still in darkness, but they'll say, why are they pushing that on our black men? Something is up. See, people start getting them light bulbs, they go to the YouTube and wham, they find the Israelite videos and everything started making sense. Then they come into truth. A lot of brothers got that testimony. You know, oh man, I saw, you know, an Illuminati video and, you know, and then I scrolled down one day and I saw some men on the corner with the Bibles.
Exactly.
And then they was bringing out what I was just watching.
I used to be into my conspiracy theories, and all of a sudden,
So, but all these different ebbs and flows of prophecy and things that the Lord sends upon the earth is a scourge for the amendment for the elect to get in order, right?
I had something
you got
the spirit. I had mentioned phase 5, and it says, behold, verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, like the brother said, correction. So this is phase 5 of the NWO. I'm gonna try to be, through the spirit, as parabolic as possible.
Yeah.
But it says phase 5, establish chaos in martial law. November 2021, March through March 2022. Exploit, and we know, what is it, March, the Roman God of War, right?
Yeah. March.
It says, exploit the shortage of goods and food. And the scripture just said, behold, famine and plague. So it says, cause the paralysis of the real economy and the closure of factories and shops. Let unemployment explode. Apply a third dose of the venom. Impose compulsory jabs for all. Amplify the myth of various, and that goes into this.
Yeah. So
crime.
that's that playlist. That's that playlist.
The brother had put it up also.
Yeah, kind of beautiful. Probably put that in the chat. But that's that playlist. See, this is Esau playlist, but we got it. We got Esau playlist. We know how he moving through the spirit.
And these are all concepts that they pulled out the Protocols of Zion.
And that's why because it says amplify the myth of variance. That's why the scripture say the forger of lies,
Position of no
value. And it says the efficiency of the jab and the I can't see this part because the brother blotted it out because they take brother stuff down. It says demonize, and this is one thing too that brothers gotta realize, this persecution that's coming. All right, like that video that Apostle
just
Gabar,
recently, right?
Yep, Apostle the Bar just did, and the brother Amawan the Bar did about so-called Black Hebrew Israelites. These 2 girls, I guess.
Yeah. The father found them or something like that. No, the father was found dead too, and the 2 girls were found dead. He was dead. He was dead 5 days after the girls were dead. And, that's
which we know that through the spirit of Prophet Habashim Shai, it's just Esau using his witchcraft, right, to basically persecute, which they say demonize the anti-jabbers, but we really already know who the anti-jabbers are. So it says, and hold them responsible for the dead. Arrest opposition leaders. It says arrest opposition leaders, which really the truth, all right? The truth is the eye to this man's society. That's why it says arrest because if you get rid of the ones that are opposing the threat to this man's NWO, guess what? The people gonna follow suit, period. You don't have no problem controlling the sheeple, but you have a problem controlling the ones that are opposing your NWO. Because according to the scriptures, the prophets, what does it say? 2 Corinthians 10, through the breaking down the strongholds. Through the breaking down the strongholds, your society is crumbling through the prophets of Yahweh Shemel Shah. So you have to try to remove us out of the way.
Well, it's saying in Zechariah 14, smite the shepherd and the sheep shall scatter. So Esau is doing that on the left-hand side. Well, we got to get the leadership. We get the leadership, their sheep, which is the followers of the shepherd, they're scattered. They're going to something else.
And that's why you're gonna get the leaders of the opposition that are false leaders that claim they're Israelites but going with your society. You're gonna get them, but the elect, you can't do nothing against them. All right, you can only do for it, because the way you're gonna do for the truth by coming for the elect is that prophecy is gonna even more come to pass. Spiritual power, when the enemy come at them like a flood. So you're gonna come for the elect, but it's not gonna work. It says impose digital identity on everyone. QR code versus.
We want to be a little more parabolic on that, because they're gonna pick that shit up.
Impose.
You're saying all the buzzwords.
Right. Impose MOTB. Let me see.
I'll bring something out dealing with that too.
Well, basically your documents on the MOTB. That's basically what it's headed into. Establish martial law to defeat the opposition. When the enemy cometh in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard. Results. second stage, MOTB control, imprisonment or removal of opponents. So they know who the opponents are. And this is the phase that we in right now, because really the opponents to this devil, all right, first and foremost is Yahweh Shemel Shai, that it triggers down to the apostles, all right, down on the apostle Great Millstone, down onto their fruit, man. All right, so we're the opponents of this devil's NWO, man.
And this is the reason for the taking down the pages. Yeah, they can put out a video opposing their doctrines and the things they're coming out with all day. But as soon as you pick it up and match to the scriptures and give the power of Yahweh Hashem behind this truth, they got to pull that down. They can say it all day. But if you say the same thing and put that video that they just let out on your video, you got to take your video down. Because your video actually has power to it.
And I want to bring something out with the spirit.
Let's get like a precept in between.
Please do.
This is Job 21 and verse 27. It says, "Behold, I know your thoughts, and the devices which you wrongfully imagined against me." Transcript that says thoughts of the wicked.
And they want to carry that week. And like as I was reading it, the phases, it goes intact with exactly what they're trying to do. So it's on, like the brother said, you know, hey, we're the opposition, and we basically got the Yahweh Shemel Shai got the chess move on these others, but we basically, you know, like that. So read that one more time over the shot.
Job 21 verse 27. "Behold, I know your thoughts, and the devices which you won't see imagine."
So the Lord lets you leak all that out, so the prophets can put it on mainstream to warn who. All this basically is what we're reading is just warning to the sheep, man. That's all it basically is, you know.
It says, "Behold, I know your thoughts, and the devices which you wrongfully imagined against me."
Yep. The devices which you wrongfully imagine against us, the spirit, is this NWO. You know, that's what it is. This NWO is a device for you to basically say, hey, we're not going down. Y'all not going into power. This is it. We're gonna rule. You know, we're gonna build our cities. But the Lord said He's gonna throw down.
He'll throw down.
Yep.
So, you know, just what brother was bringing out, you know, dealing with the MOTB, all that is being manifested, is being implemented. All right, I was at the gas station this morning, you know, filling up the car, and I come across this ATM for Bitcoin. All right, and I'll show brothers first, you know what I'm saying? It's right there. Right there on the Chevron. I'll show the camera. All right, so this devil is coming with that charagma, man. With that stake. He's coming to impale people.
That's all. That's in preparation for body scan payment technology.
Because ultimately, man, he's bringing in, you know, that cashless society, all right, where he's going to implement the MOTB, you know, and it's in the works, all right. Bitcoin, that's a digital currency. There's no physicalness to it. You can't get a dollar that says, you know, Bitcoin. No, that's what they're going to move on to. You know, even with the regular, you know, currency, guess what? You have a digital way of paying things, a cashless way of paying things, rather than, you know, you bringing out the money and paying for cash. What that does is it gives them more power and control over the people, because now just never know what you're buying, what you're into, you know, wherever you were at. You know, that's ultimately what he wants to be as the Most High.
I got a precept. It's Job chapter 5, verse. I'm on 12. It says, "He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise."
The device to the crafty is in poor order. You know, that the crafty. You know, Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to disappoint them because He's going to destroy them while they're eating. You know,
This is Job 20, and let's see, we'll start at 19. It says, "Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he buildeth not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his good."
And his meat and his goods is his resources. You know, that's why in Zephaniah it speaks about neither shall thy silver and thy gold be able to deliver thee. So you know, so nobody's gonna look for his meat, his different resources, because they know that this devil is prone to the bait switch. You know, bait you in with these different offshore alliances, agreements, these trade agreements, and then, you know, but he does it by way of his currency, and then he slaps taxes on you, and now you're in debt under him to where you got to give up all your resources in your land. So people, these other nations is hip to how this devil operates. So it's gonna come a time where these like we said, Russia, China, they ain't doing nothing with America no more, man.
Verse 22, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
In the fullness of his sufficiency, that's when he think he got everybody, you know, chip, you know, with that implanted device, the correct. You know, and it says, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Yeah, wicked is from the Hebrew word aimal, which means wretched or suffering. Which are these common people, the common folk. That's going to come up against them because they know that, you know, the devil is wrong.
And that's why we read, you know, they shall rise up against the governors and the princes. Yeah.
That's that. That's the every hand of wicked shall be upon him.
I got a piece of it.
He's going to be in straits because the straits means resisting of difficulty. Now you don't got everybody deceived.
Yeah.
You don't got everybody docile. You got people waking up to it, like you said earlier. The Bible Belt Edomites. They're gonna be the main problem. Cause Jake fear each other.
You even got police departments, fire departments, actual doctors, nurses, certain people that's within the political spectrum, you know, that's not down with it. So that's how things is getting difficult. The people that was going to be able to aid into his, you know, his agenda, you know, going back to the LGBT, going back to women's liberation, going back to all these, you know, the BLM, going back to all these different movements. He had a lot of people on board with pushing that, but now this is not even the MOTB, the two-shot. You know, he got scores of people in groups and organizations that's not down for it. So imagine when the MOTB comes.
Because all them people that's in power now, them are like shepherds to the people. So if the shepherds of the people is not taking it, how much more for the common folk?
You know?
The civil servants and the government personnel, they call it being woke.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. The internet. They blame it on the internet. Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah. And this guy right here,
Verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him.
Yeah, when he's about to fill the belly, meaning you think you got everybody, you know, taking out some kind of advice.
Praise the Lord, y'all.
That's right. I know that's right, sis.
The traffic so long today. Do y'all know that?
Oh, absolutely. That's right.
It's in the Bible.
Give you testimonies.
Yeah.
No, I ain't.
Bless you.
Yeah, they out there.
I don't know what they're gonna do though, man. You know,
But this is Job 20 and 23. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him.
I'll keep going. It's gonna say that.
It says, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Amazon,
Okay.
Walmart,
Thank you so much, sis. Bless you.
It says, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Yeah, that rain gonna be in the missile drop. The missile tells you that.
in the treasury.
When you eat it, you don't like to be disturbed. You don't want to hear no bad news. You ever watch like movies that be like, man, I just sat down to eat, man. You telling me this? You know, mess up your whole meal.
That's gonna be like the bad news.
Yep.
And then when you eating, you satisfying yourself.
Right.
Getting satisfied, you know, certain dopamines, you you know, it's hormones and shit. You excited. You know, ooh, this food, it tastes good. Season. Oh yeah. Hey, one of the questions on
Yeah, you know about that.
That's confirmation, man. Most are really, you know.
It says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through.
Yeah, that's how it's it said he shall flee, right? He shall flee into the underground bunkers.
All right, now.
brothers.
All right.
It said flee into the mountain retreats, underground bunkers.
It says, the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is
Getting
drawn
popular over here.
and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his bone. Terrors are upon him.
The Lord was in terror. The Lord is the king of terror. Yahweh Shemashah the king of terror. There's going to be nothing you can do to deliver yourself. Because you're going to be in those bunkers. But, you know, for the prophecy, you being the first fruits of the slaves.
You got Amos 3?
I got Revelation 6.
Okay, I got Amos 3.
This Revelation 6 and 15. You know, I'm gonna start at 14 because it's got a lot of meat in it. 13. It says, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth.
Yeah, the stars represent the missiles.
Even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken.
Right, because look at the fig tree, it's an arc in fashion. The missiles go up. All the components of the missile breaks apart, except for the warheads. They come in an arc in fashion to destroy the target.
It's a whole bunch of figs on that tree, and if you shake it, they just fall down. It says, when she is shaken of a mighty wind, and the heaven departed as... It says, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island are moved out of their places.
Yeah, so the heaven rolled up as a scroll, that's a mercury cloud.
Oh, it says, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
Yeah, so it's going to be new islands that's going to be made to destroy the American Island of Great. Just like how it was the first death. You know, the whole earth was all one in Pangea. The Lord caused the earth to scatter. You know, to call different continents and stuff, islands. So it's going to be the same with the second death.
And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains.
The dens and rocks of the mountains. That's your mountain retreats, space stations, mountain retreats, and in
the dumps.
Deep underground military bases. And this great men are these people right here. And these, the elites. And these, we know it's way more elites. This is a remnant. The remnant of the elites. They all on slavery, which David Rockefeller, he already died. But best believe the Lord gonna bring him right back. You know, through these people.
They say death and hell it shall be cast into the lake of fire. So the people that's in the grave, the Lord gonna resurrect them and then burn them, kill them again.
And it said every bondman and every free man, because you're gonna have certain people in these bunkers. You're gonna have certain people. They show you this on movies when there's a major catastrophe or a so-called meteor going to hit the earth.
Yeah.
What they do is they gather up like people that are architects, skilled builders, the best of the best, because these elites have a thing called the phoenix rising out of the ashes.
Right.
So when they think when they come out of hiding, all right, they're gonna have these certain bondmen, which people that are employed that are skilled to build these buildings, all right, to come out and build this. That's why the scriptures say, so that they do not rise and build the
cities,
earthly cities again. Because this is their actual their plan. Okay, we're gonna get these specific group of architects and people that can build these buildings, and when we come out of here, then we're gonna rebuild.
That's because of the inward thought.
Yep. So it says, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb.
So they don't acknowledge that's Yahweh Shah. The angels.
Got something to link up with that. It's Amos 9, verse 1. I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door that the post may shake. The lintel is the head. And it's going into the destruction of the elites. It says, and cut them in the head. All right, that's going into like the brothers was going out. The head, which is, the shadow government, the elite bankers. It says, cut them in the head, all of them. I will slay the last of them with the sword, ICBM missiles. And he that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. So he that fleeth away is going to have these different banking families, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Gettys. They're going to flee away to these different remote areas.
Yep.
These
They're going to seek refuge.
Yeah, they're going to seek refuge. All right, these neutral areas,
spots,
neutral zones. It says, though they dig into hell, that's the underground bunkers, thence shall my hand take them.
Yeah, and it's Yahweh Shah.
Yep.
Yahweh Shah, it's like you always bring out the analogy. The animal kingdom be served like Antarctica. It be seals, they literally hide under the ice to hide from the polar bear.
Yeah, right.
The polar bear just they dig in and take them out. So that's gonna be that same method Yahweh Shah's doing.
Yeah.
It says, though they climb up to heaven.
Heaven is the mountain trees and
the space stations.
Yep.
Thence will I bring them down.
Bring them down.
And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, that's those mountains. I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea.
So the underwater
submarines,
underwater pavilions. We may have to move up a little bit and let them do their job too.
All right. I'll get here in a minute.
They got their underwater pavilions, man. Why do you think they got? Oh, we gotta go deep sea diving. We gotta do this. It's because they setting up little, they're gonna have their little submarines and all that little stuff that they. How you gonna? Oh, Lord coming today. Let's go feed into these submarines and go as deep as we can, as fast as we can. That don't even make sense. Unless they down there and they come up every so often to refill.
Hey, well, that's why the Lord been having these specific sea creatures arising in these times right now. Because you had a video to where a unknown mystery sea creature cut in 3 parts a submarine that was down deep in the ocean.
Wow.
So the Lord, he's going to have specific things happen. Like he dives into the sea. Let me see. The reason why he goes down into the sea like that is because of the pressure. He's trying to figure out.
Even your enemies will be
how he should build his technology to where he can withstand a certain amount of pressure to hide deep in the ocean. But the Lord has certain specific sea creatures down there deep in the ocean that adapt to that specific type of pressure and that can live in it. So even though he's going way down there to that specific part of the sea, the Lord has creatures there that's massive, man. Leviathan, they talk about what's that? The other one. You got Leviathan, and you have It's on the Power Rangers, man. You know what I'm talking about.
You got, I'm gonna get it right now. You got Leviathan, and then you got Bohemian.
Bohemian, yeah. Khan.
Big ass Bohemian.
You know?
Which is the dinosaurs, man.
So the Lord got this devil at every angle. There's no hiding, there's no running here, there's no running there. You can't go up there, you can't go down there, you can't hide in the earth. You can't do, you're done, man. I got a precept. This Jeremiah 16, and 16 it says, "Behold, I send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks."
So that's the elect, man. The elect is fishing right now. You know, fishing the word. The word is the bait. You know, that's our process right now. But real soon, the elect will turn to hunters. The Lord giving that spiritual power. Following Yahushua. I'm hunting everywhere, man. You know, they're gonna be in Europe. You know, Russians. You know, because it's a millions of people in the Middle East. China alone is a big country. You know.
And these devils are the epitome of hiding. Because you don't really see these elites out there like that. You don't see that. They're the epitome of hiding, man.
They got the spirit of hiding.
Yeah, you know. But they, I was gonna say it, but they call themselves the Illuminati or the illuminated ones. If you're the real illuminated ones, you would be in the face of everybody. Because when we get empowered through the Spirit, you're gonna know.
You're gonna know us.
You're gonna know. Yahweh shine. That's the head. All right, you're gonna know the Lord. Hey, this time that's coming, you're gonna know our power, man.
They do what fugitives do.
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying?
Back,
They be hiding their names, giving fake names and shit, and doing all
I
that.
know they ain't to see the pain.
Yeah.
It says.
One time, he was swimming out.
It says, "For mine eyes are upon all their ways; they are not hid from my face. Neither is there iniquity hid from mine eyes."
Yeah, because Yahweh Shemashah required that which is past. So the Lord didn't forget. All the things he did since when you first came into power, even going all the way back to the garden, man. The Lord has his angels calculate everything on the earth of what you did. And all your sins are going to be brought to your remembrance, man. You know? And you ain't going to have no hedge of protection. You ain't going to have no cover. You know, because the Lord, as it's written, Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated, man.
It says, "And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double."
Double. And double unto her. Babylon the Great.
Yep.
You know, which also applies to the Edomites.
And when you think about it, they do that to us. Jaywalk.
Yep.
25 to life. How you give somebody how you give somebody 100 years to life? Like the lifespan of this place is that long.
They be raping and murdering their own kids and just don't even get no probation.
You know? And that's why I think it was a comedian, I think it was Richard Pryor, he said, how the hell do you get 100 to life? Does that mean I gotta die? And when I die, I gotta come back and they put you in handcuffs when you little?
Yeah, you
But it's some real stuff, 'cause that's comical. Like, like
Who
dog.
gonna live that long?
Right. Who gonna live that long? You know?
And some they be like, oh, you serving 998 years.
Big
just say
ass
life.
football numbers.
double life.
And it'd be a Jake that fend for his life. He probably like they had this dude recently. He was a truck driver.
Oh yeah.
And
Vegas.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. His brakes went out. You know, whatever the case may be. Man, this man about to be in jail till the missiles come. Supposedly.
They reduced his sentence to 10 years because the judge, I guess, feared the uproar of people. But
That's still, man.
like he just went down there and cut the brake line. Cut the brake line and killed us. Time traffic.
That's why these doubles, man, they're gonna fucking get put out of power, man. This is the unrighteousness of this. You know, the Lord God is protected, but damn, just in a hole with our people just get put through in this society. It's like, man, you literally, like, if the Lord didn't have us in the state that we in, you know, to wait upon Him, man. Yo, the things that's gonna happen to this man, bro, it's tragic, man. There's gonna be something.
Yeah. Nahum 1 and 3. Nahum 1, verse 3. The Lord Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all quit the wicked. The Lord Yahweh have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds on the dust of his feet.
All right, I'm
So the Lord ain't
Because, hey, man, literally, man, this devil, he don't show mercy to you tribes. None. He don't show no mercy, man.
You know what that scripture had in the word where it says you shall judge without mercy?
Yeah, that's James. I think it's
Yes, it's in James.
5 or maybe 2:13.
Hey, that's BS, man. Even though we're in the truth, we know certain judgments go out to Israel, but still, man, that's BS, man. This society is literally just downplay our people, man, to the fullest, man. And it's just keeping it going on over and over and over and over
2
again.
and 13, I think.
And you Israelites, man, just still look at, well, they're good, they're this, they're that. It's sad, man. That's why we look toward a savior, man. We look forward to deliverance. We look forward to getting out of here. See, we ain't got nothing here.
This is James 2 and 13. It says, but he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy.
Yeah, he shall have judgment without mercy to those that have shown no mercy. Brothers got parked at the spot for 30 minutes and they already putting tickets on brothers' cars, man. Now you gotta fine $200 for going to go eat someplace, man.
Don't want to move like right here.
Yeah, we could.
How you gonna stand, like right here?
Back a little bit. Sí, hasta luego, señor.
Ten cuidado, amigo.
You believe? He might be a big dog,
The elder. James 2 and 13. But it says, but he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy. And mercy rejoices against judgment.
We are on the high.
Hey, he shall have judgment without mercy to
Serious.
those that have shown no mercy, man.
There we go.
Ain't no mercy to us from this devil. That's why when the time comes, like the scripture said, we're gonna deal treacherously with him. Can you imagine like all that built up anger, you know, from us? Like, yo, I get mad if I get a fine in the mail. All the unrighteous dinner, child support, all that stuff. This devil has made this place so grievous unto the Israelite man first and foremost. Let me say that. I gotta say Israelite man, all right, because this devil goes hard at the Israelite man, all right.
Let's not forget about that child support and all those unlawful decrees, man.
About to bring it out.
You said Jeremiah 30, 17? Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore all they devour thee shall be devoured. All thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
Stand up a little bit. That bus me.
Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
And all they that devour thee shall be devoured. And how are we devoured? Through the Spirit. I mean, this whole society devours us, man. You know? This whole society devours us.
It says, and all thy adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity.
And we got a slew of nations that are our adversaries, man. We ain't got the nation started up. All these nations right here have devoured us, man. All right, from 2 down to 18, man. All right, have devoured us, man.
It says, and all thy adversaries,
These are all our adversaries. The Chinese, the Arabs, the Syrians, all right, the Egyptians, the so-called Africans, Ethiopians, Kush, all right. They have devoured us, man. I mean, look at us. You know, that's why it says, is this the beauty of Jerusalem? They have devoured us, man.
They hiss and wag their head at the bottom of Jerusalem.
Yep.
Saying, is this the people? Is this the one of the whole earth?
Yep.
it says, every one of them shall go into captivity.
Every one of them, all them nations that you see on that sign right there, excluding the top, which we are number one, all right, under Yahweh Shem Shai, y'all going into slavery, point blank period. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Y'all going into slavery. Y'all help forward the affliction. So guess what? You're going to be afflicted for doing that. It's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation to those that trouble you. Like we're troubled on every side out in this place. All right? Y'all come over here. Y'all get these jobs, boom, this and that. We go over this every week. All right? We tired of seeing you you heathens prospering off of us. Who the ones that's going to your stores? Us. Mm-hmm. We shop at, you got a Chinatown everywhere. You know, let's go to little Chinatown. How the fuck is these dudes got Chinatown in America? Ain't Chinatown in China? You know?
You don't have no Negro town.
Right.
And they couldn't have built none of this without Judah.
You don't got no
without
little
Jacob.
You don't got no little Mexico in here. Oh, I'm going to little Mexico today. You know?
But you got little Bangladesh, little Indonesia, Cape Town.
Right. You know?
Ethiopia.
And they got all their idols everywhere amongst their spots, man. You know?
Real quick. First Maccabees 2:10. What nation has not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?
Yep. What nation has it, man? The Lord gave all you heathens that's over here in America, the Lord gave y'all all a chance to rule. All right? What was it? The Babylonian, Syria captivity, the Persian, the Medes, all right? The Greeks, the Roman Empire, which all consisted of all you goddamn heathens ruling. You can't say the Samoans didn't rule. The Medes. You know? The Medes, they just weren't greater than the Persians, but the Medes, man. So all you goddamn heathens had a chance to rule, man.
It says, and they that spoil thee shall be spoiled, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
Yep. They that spoiled us, y'all gonna be spoiled. All right? And we're gonna take back all our gold, all the things you have. We know the Vatican got all that gold down there. Who is that? That queen that be going down there with the bricks of gold, man. That's supposed to be hers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth. Yeah.
So-called Queen Elizabeth.
Yep. You know, you got a whole bunch of. Right. Yeah. Hey, you doubles got.
She's not even
Right. You know, you doubles got a lot of our stuff, man. They got little glimpses of what used to be ours in the Vatican's, all our like royal things and all that. We're gonna get all that back. And we're gonna get new stuff. You doubles, man, see, you go into this earth, right? You go into this earth and I found this and I found a new set of stones and
They discovered
this
it.
and that, right? So-called discovered, but you really ain't even discovered a mass amount percentage of the earth.
And then these Edomites, they go and name them like they're Adam.
Yeah.
You know, they named all these animals.
After their own names,
So
yeah.
I really think he Adam something about it, man.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is, this creature that they said it goes back 50 million years ago. He got a name for it.
Right.
Alright. Book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled.
Yep.
Yeah.
We ain't did them like they did us.
Nope.
We was the one that really was ultimately spoiled. Gave Gad their children smallpox, got the Trial of Tears, mass genocide of the Negroes coming from. Hey, it was a lot more slaves that died on them ships than died on them ships coming over here.
They say that the sharks changed their whole route just because of those slave ships, because of all the dark meat they were
Still
getting.
to this very day,
They go over there?
still control that.
No, when they was bringing them slaves over here, the sharks seen all these fresh bodies coming into the water. They changed. They used to have a feeding rope that went this way to feed. They changed their whole route. They still follow it to this day. Look at those same black bodies.
And that shows you how information is supposed to get passed down from
Nah.
generation to generation.
And you had what?
Shark got wisdom too.
Yeah, they got wisdom.
The conquistadors, right? The Spanish, the conquistadors, when they came over here to the Americas with Hebrew interpreters. All right, who was it? Hernando Cortez. Hey, we got the facts according to the scriptures. We got the facts in the mass genocide of all these tribes that y'all came over here and just made plenty war against, man. Y'all made war against the saints. Well, guess what?
And it reads, and deal us treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Yeah, see, because if Israel was ruling, all right, hey, we wouldn't deal treacherously with these people because we're a people of peace, for one. All right, we're a people of peace. We don't deal treacherously with people like that, all right? Or even we haven't dealt treacherously with you heathens like that, unless y'all brought war into us, you know, or the Lord put the spirit on us to take you down. But we don't dwell like that. We're a people of peace, man. It's you goddamn heathens that come over here messing with us, that want our spot. So we gonna deal treacherously with you.
During the conquest of Canaan, the conquered land of Canaan, during Moses, Joshua, the Canaanites, they would come up against us first. Then the Lord would tell us, destroy them. Then go into their stick.
Hey, well, who was the first nation of people to come up against us out of Egypt? Amalek. You know, so it's like y'all mess with us, and our power defends us. You got we just can't. Hey, the Yahweh Shim Al Shai, his reputation was well known in Egypt. All right, well, for destroying Egypt throughout the earth, and you devils still came up and went into war against us.
Hey, I could bring out a historical account. You know, my father would always tell me, you know, with the Incas, they kidnapped their emperor. You know, they kidnapped their emperor, they held him for ransom. All right, and then the Incas went and they paid the ransom, which was a room full of gold. All right, and then you know what happened? The fucking Spaniards went and they tied him up to 4 horses and ripped them apart. But it was said that that emperor was so mighty, you know, that it took like 2 days for those horses to rip him apart because he held them back. So he was there for 2 days, you know, holding back the horses, man. You know, one shall be stronger than the other. You know, but that's the treacherous dealing, and that list just goes on, man. 500, you know, broken peace treaties with the so-called Native Americans. The so-called 40 acres and the mule that he promised to the tribe of Judah. Hey, where is it at?
You know, they ain't never gonna get that.
Reparations, none of that. You know why? Because this place is the land of our captivity. This place is our prison house. This place is our punishment, not a place of rest, not the kingdom. All right, we have a place of rest. That's the kingdom.
But the Most High got retribution for them. Real quick, 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Seeing is it a righteous thing, it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
It's gonna be righteous.
It's going to be thus saith the Lord when we get them back.
Yep. It's gonna be a righteous thing because we're troubled at, like I said, we're troubled at all sides, man. When you have to worry about something, this is like you're troubled.
It reads, all right, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled.
It's a nice spot right here, though.
At this time,
So we teach right here now?
Under the tree, bro. That's dope.
this time that we coming into.
Big trees too.
Oh yeah.
Jonah was under something like this, and a branch came and gave him more shade.
All right, thou shalt cease to spoil, Thou shalt be spoiled.
Yep. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. Because the scriptures talk about, you get that in 2 16, they talk about they shall spoil their waste away their goods. The end game of this devil, which we read phase 5 was martial law, but you're gonna cease to spoil. Again, who? The lowest to the low. Because this world as we know it right now is being split up into 2 classifications, which you got you have the rich and the poor. And that's why when you watch that movie New Jack City, what he say? He said the rich get richer and the poor don't get a fucking thing.
Right.
So this devil is the truth. Ain't no such thing as middle class. And that's what he's turning this society into. Henceforth brings out prophecy.
It's gonna be like a Demolition Man. So like,
Now, they said
them people ain't gonna be pulling them right here no
take
more.
away their goods and throw them out of their houses.
Oh yeah, okay. It says the second Ezra 16 and verse 72. It says, "For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses."
Yeah, they're gonna again come to spoil you tribes.
Yeah.
All right. They shall waste and take away their goods, and then also too, through the Spirit, going into you 2/3, y'all got a lot of goods. You know, and it's not only just talking about your flat screen TV. It's talking about your food, your resources in the house, your water that you might have piled up when you went to the store because they're talking about a pandemic going on.
The money and shit, they little the investments.
Yep.
You know, even the different apartment buildings and business infrastructures that they own. You know, these groups they own a lot of shit, man.
So it says they're gonna waste and take away your goods.
And you groups got the nerve to sit up and say, "Oh, we're getting oppressed." When them groups is getting their ass whooped that year, oh, we're getting oppressed. We've experienced worse oppression than black people. No, the fuck y'all did not. These groups.
well, they got a mandate made for them, man. You can't even, sneeze
We're
in their
suffering worse
direction.
persecution than the blacks.
Yeah.
Not
No,
yet.
y'all not.
Not yet.
No, the fuck y'all.
They made no account of our labor.
Not yet. Y'all ain't experienced worse than us. Not
It's
yet.
coming.
When
Watch
we get
fire.
when we get into power, then y'all gonna experience worse than us.
Yeah, we don't get even.
It says,
And a lot of you people out here are tangible anyway. Y'all got a lot of gold, this, that. Y'all hoarders. That's why they got that show called Hoarders.
Mhm.
Yeah, these Edomites be living. They be, that's an antique. Don't throw it out. You know.
Paintings and shit.
Yeah, y'all hoarders, man. So whatever y'all got, through the Spirit, man, the Lord gonna, especially you tribes, all right? These troops, man, gonna come in. They're gonna take all that away, man, and store it up for themselves.
verse 33. Then shall it be known who are my chosen.
Yeah, because it's gonna be a difference. It's gonna be known who are the chosen or the elect of the Lord.
It says, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
Yeah, because we're entering into a trial area. 2022, like the brother went into, like the Apostle Hard named it, the Lord turning up. All right, that means, hey, like on NBA Jam, he's heating up. You remember that? Super Nintendo. Hey, the Lord's gonna heat things up. Then shall it be known who are my chosen are, because if the Lord's gonna turn up, this thing's gonna heat up. All right, that's gonna purify more and more the elect.
I told it to you. Look it up.
Gold. Man should be made more precious to find gold. You gotta go.
It says, verse 74. Here are you, my beloved, said
money
the
or
Lord.
something, maybe.
Behold, the days of trouble are at hand,
Wedge it
but I
in
will
there.
deliver you from the same.
Yeah, we're vastly entering into the days of trouble.
Oh, no, that's too thick.
Idiots who see it. But hey, that the brothers, Lord willing, we be the elect. Hey, that gold is gonna be tried in the fire. We're gonna be made gold, man. Something gold is something that you keep.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't want
It's good right now.
wood, hay, or stubble, because that fire going to just tear you apart. It's going to run through you. You want to be precious jewels, gold, silver. You gotta
Gold, it don't tarnish.
right. Yep.
Tarnish resistance to it.
Yep.
You can have a piece of gold for like 50 years, and it's still the same.
So they man, wash it a little bit.
Yeah, watch it.
Lord don't want that gold that turn your wrist into green.
That's that fake shit. That's that fool's gold.
Yeah.
Book of Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
Yeah, even the man in the golden wedge of Ophir. Ophir is gold found over here. Ophir is America.
Time.
You know, which this place, America, is known for having great gold, a large abundance of gold. Man. So a man's gonna be more precious than that. Can you read Lamentations 4?
Oh, yep.
It says,
4:21.
yep. And Lamentations in Hebrew it means how. You know, basically like how they become in this little state.
Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of.
It's not.
Okay, so like Lamentations 4:1. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion comparable to fine gold.
Yeah, so that leads to with the apostles. They always bring out, we the true high value men.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be the elect.
Right.
Because in this society, they put them on a pedestal like they highly valued. But now it's the opposite.
Man, that's just how it's scripture. It says, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers?
The earthen pictures, it's made of plate. All you gotta do is just throw it and get it break the pieces.
That's how sensitive, the men.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, effeminate, sensitive,
Emotional and shit.
Emotional. But see, the truth, you gotta put on, the scriptures that put on like the elect and remember, the old ways. See where it is a good way.
Like the brother Tyson Howell, GM Dallas, he had that vision of he perceived it was King Solomon. But he said when he seen him, he knew that like, man, that's a man right there.
Yeah.
You know, he just showing like, how low we
Yeah.
Apostle Allen did a video too. We have to last week.
It says the works of the hand of the potter. This second Ezra is 8:1. And he answered me saying, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few.
Trying to elect. So this world right now is made for many, because everybody can prosper, as it's written, and time to shine is happening to all. So it's a lot of people that get their time to shine, so to speak, in this world. But the next world to come is going to be how it shines to that. The pillars will be the pillars of the earth.
Verse 2, I will tell thee a similitude, Ezra, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that it giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of, even so is the course of this present world.
Right, that mold represents 2/3 of Israel, the undesirable Israelites, and these heathens will be destroyed, and little dust of gold is represents the elect. So, gold is hard to find. So that represents the elect. But gold you can find it everywhere. You can find it in your apartment building.
Hey, I said a little dust that cometh, a little dust of gold that cometh of. So, the man of the Lord is, like the brothers were saying, is very, very valuable. And it's going to be very hard to find. So we enter into a time where these women is going to be completely assed out, with no covering, out here getting raped, smashed on, snatched up, ravished, dumped. You women is finna encounter all the worst case scenarios, man. No phone, no pads, no ibuprofen,
No hygiene products.
no hygiene products. Instead of sweet smell, stink.
Yeah.
That's the world attention, man.
Yeah.
I want to tell y'all, they gonna go crazy.
Because ain't nothing you can do to get a man of the Lord attention.
Man, go and look at bash your body.
Yeah. They don't look at about hours. They look at the heart.
It's Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
Yeah, and all the land there, that's talking about America, Babylon the Great. It says land has singular tense. So that's talking about America, Babylon the Great.
Land in the north.
Yep. Kind of land in the north. 2/3, that's what it says, 2/3 of Israel. Two 2/3 of Israel, the wicked Israelite that the Lord despises.
All the sinners of my people.
It says, but the third shall be left therein.
Yep, that's the elect. You know, starting on with the 144,000 holy apostles and prophets, which is the governing body of Yahweh Shai, and the rest of the 1/3, which consists of the men that's believers in Yahweh Shai, that's help meetings to the prophets, and the women, children, God be saved by the elect.
It says, and I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined.
And that's twofold. The fire represents the fiery trial, which is going to be Jacob's trouble. Our elect will put the test, the elect, our temptation, which is the correct. And also going through the actual fire, this is the shortest place. It says, the precept says, glorify the Lord in the fires. It says that the remnant gave glory to the Most High. They were afraid. Revelation 11 chapter.
They're going to survive that tribulation.
Yeah, so what you got?
It says, and will try them as gold is tried.
Yeah, so tried me to test them. So we all will be tested. Lord don't respect the persons. So we all, even Lord won't test the apostles.
Yep. It's and you gotta be tried. Just like you got these dudes going out here with that diamond trial. They go, let's see if this, let's see if your diamond is fake.
Yeah, they got to.
Hey, that's how you gotta be tried.
They all fight fake knowledge.
Yep. So we gonna be tried in that sense, but through the Spirit, you know, or when we be the elect, you know, we already overcame the world by the blood, through the blood of Yahweh Shai, man.
Predestination.
Yep, predestination. So we just waiting, Lord willing, to play out our part in the role that we're playing according to this truth. It says, they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say it is my people, and they shall say Yahweh is my power.
Yeah, so that proves that the elect, they're going to have the two names, Yahweh Shai.
Which is very important, man.
Because there are camps that teach otherwise. Okay.
It was just a dude that got put to death that was talking about ain't no Messiah, ain't no Son of the Most High.
Man.
But when you read throughout the scriptures, it speaks about Father the Son, Father the Son, Father the Son.
The Messiah named in Genesis, bro.
I got a precept right here.
Shalom.
Shalom.
This is 2 John 1-7. It says, for me the deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not that Yahweh Shai Mashiach is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an antichrist.
So here, you know, he led, especially a lot of women. A lot of women was following that guy.
That was his-
laden with iniquity.
His whole audience on the comment board, they was all, you know,
Shalom, brother.
Shalom and Yah's, you little Yah's sisters, you know, Yah's daughters and all that. Yah's daughter, daughter of Yah, you know.
Because I say I'm gonna be saved.
That's the Most High name, man.
Trip.
You got the ones that want to reserve themselves for Yahweh Shai too, like they do that
Like no man on earth, is worthy for them. They gotta wait for Yahweh Shai.
I'm married to the Lord.
That's a prideful ass.
That's a prideful spirit.
Waiting until the Lord come back and give me a, you know,
You don't know if Yahweh Shai gonna make his own little wives. You don't know.
And we don't need you.
right?
We got one on the other side of the planet.
First off, we gonna get the heathen women. Okay, that's way more in-order and submissive.
Also, I did a video on Jake. He had like he was like a Korean woman, but she was submissive, cooking for him. And Pastor was saying, you can just tell he was happy.
Hey, brother.
He got a smile on his face all the time.
There was another video of a Korean woman that waited outside this dude's house for hours until he came home, and then when she got there, she was saying how much she missed him.
We will never get that from me.
Where the hell was you at?
I've been waiting out here. My buttons hurt.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 32:2. It says, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a cover from the tempest, as the rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock and a weary land.
Yeah.
All those things are essential in
Yeah.
those type of
Battery doing good
situations.
today.
Yeah.
So
For some
that
reason.
implies the elect is going to be valuable.
It's a scripture spirit. Brother told us to be in Matthew 7. And basically where it says, here it is. It says a man shall be a hiding place from the wind. This is because at the end of the day, for the spirit, the ones that have the right doctrine or the 100% truth, those are the ones that you women, will want to be with at this time, because their foundation is laid upon, found upon that rock, And this is Matthew 7 and 24. It says, "Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them," which that's what we're doing right now. The Lord said, "Go ye out to the highways and byways and bid as many as you can to the marriage." Right? It says, "I will liken unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock." So when it says a man should be a hiding place from the wind, all right, one thing that can withstand strong and heavy winds are what? Stones, rocks.
Short
All right?
foundation.
You could put a big rock somewhere on a beach, right? And be like, all right, a storm's coming, and you could set that rock there, and then a storm will come, boom, and as long as you have that same stone, you know where it's pinpointed. Guarantee you, once that storm withers or goes away, that stone's gonna be there. All right? It says, "And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew." And those winds and those floods and those storms that's coming are by way of these tribulations and trials that's coming upon the earth right now. All right? It says, "And beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock." And through the Spirit, Yahweh Shema Shah set up the apostles a great millstone to give us the 100% doctrine. All right? Which that's that rock, man, which the rock, is Yahweh Shai. All right? But through the Spirit, we have the 100% doctrine. So you women out there, all right, if you don't have a man like these brothers that you see around here on the camera, if you don't have a man that's foundation is set upon that rock, all right, if you got these ISUP, you got
Draco the ruler, these hood niggas, or these dudes that's preaching these false doctrines, you gonna be asked out, man.
It wasn't Draco the one that got killed recently? Yeah. That's after the concert, man. That's the judgment.
If they doctrine is that if you're following a nigga that has a potato chip on his hand and eats the potato chip and say we don't deal with that, all right? Hey, that man ain't gonna be a hiding place for you when the wind comes. All right? If you got a guy that's in ISUPK that's telling you go ahead and get that venom, that's not a man that's foundation is built upon a rock. So if you women are following these guys or whatever, if that's your business, guess what? He's not going to be a hiding place for you from the up and coming troubles that's coming. And it says, "And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine," which are the majority of the sayings of the Lord is what? Prophecy. Okay? "And doeth them not," that's not warning the people, "shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it."
Yeah, Jacob's trouble. You're gonna fall during the Jacob's trouble because you're gonna end up, because they ain't warning you about the MOTB. They told you the MOTB was something else. This picture of Caesar Borgia. So when those afflictions come, that beat up on the house of Jacob's trouble, you're gonna end up taking the MOTB, and great is gonna be the fall of that house because you're gonna get destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. Ain't no greater judgment than that. I knew we was going through 2nd Ezra 16. A lot of these.
Zion, shout, O Israel, be glad rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem, which are the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai hath taken away thy judgments, he hath cast out thine enemy, the king of Israel. Alright? Even Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is in the midst of thee, thou shalt not see evil anymore. Okay, and that evil is talking about the time we went into captivity now. Different times we went into captivity, following up to now, how we in captivity here in Babylon 400 years, and it reads verse 16, in that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, fear thou not, and to Zion, let not thine hands be slack.
Hey, that's what we're saying right now. Fear not. Because we're entering into a time where, we got to have full faith, man. We got to have faith in all about outside the names, and that, we presented, the Lord put the Spirit on us to present our bodies a living sacrifice, so therefore, we got a reward coming.
How about Hashem Yahushai, thy power in the midst of thee is mighty.
Yeah.
And he will save.
Mighty to save.
Because, we talking about time of trouble. See, that's another thing too, that's another way you can cut these Christians up, man. Yeah, hey, man, what do we save from? They don't be sitting there looking all puzzled. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know the time that is coming. We're going to be saved from the hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble. And ultimately, the ICBM missiles coming down to destroy this place.
This is Proverbs 25:19. Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint.
That's nice.
That's basically you're a useless man.
Useless.
You got a broken tooth, you can't use that. if your foot is out of joint,
tell me about it.
You can't use your foot.
You can't even eat.
You can't even eat, man.
So basically, that's confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. So that applies to, that unfaithful man is going to be useless in time of trouble.
That's why the scriptures say all the unfaithful should die in their unfaithfulness. Because like the times that we heading into through the Spirit, hey, we have to have faith in how about Hashem Yahushai. You talk about guys, I want to do this, but do you really honestly have faith? It's one thing just saying, you got to really honestly in the truest of your spirit, first and foremost, prove to you how about Hashem Yahushai you do believe, and you have to believe in the Lord yourself. That's first and foremost. That's why Yahushai was also on the head of the disciples, which later became apostles. Ye of little faith. Ye of little faith. You not know if you have faith as a mustard seed, you'll be able to move mountains. We talk about what we're going to do, but when the time comes, do you have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that you are able to do those such things? Because with the Lord, anything's possible. But with men, it's not. Which is henceforth why Esau can't accomplish the things that the Lord is able to do, because he's just but a man.
They are no gods.
Alright, so it reads, he will save, and he will rejoice over thee with joy, and he will rest in his love, he will joy over thee with singing. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee.
Yeah, the solemn assembly of the elect. The only ones that's going to be sorrow in this time, all right, are the elect. It tells you that the elect is going to be crying to the Most High. Right? So he's going to gather those. And the assembly, read that again, it says, for the solemn.
I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly.
Yeah, and why it says solemn assembly? Because everybody's not welcome. Everybody doesn't have an invitation to get beamed up into those chariots. The Lord talked about that, right? Because you got certain men, all right? The Lord talked about the parable that weren't ready, all right? That the Lord told them they couldn't come in to this wedding that's about to take place. The Lord's only going to gather the elect for this solemn assembly that's about to take place, because the Lord said in Ezekiel, my sanctuary, he deals with a small sanctuary. That's what all we teach about. Just like Uriel told Ezra, don't worry about those that are going to perish, right? But worry more more about
how the
those that
righteous
are
are
going to
gonna
be
be
saved.
saved.
So we're not worried about 2/3. All right, they're not invited. They're not invited to this. All right, we're worried about the elect. All right, this is the invitation.
They don't fear the Lord.
Yep.
And the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Yep.
And it's saying Wisdom of Solomon 7:28, the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom.
Yep. So we ain't worried about the two. We're not like these other countries. We're not gonna a nigga walking down the street. He's just a nigga. Hey man, come on man. We're not gonna. The Spirit of the Lord ain't gonna have us invite him.
Nah.
You know.
Praying.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And they're not gonna get beamed up either.
Yep.
Like I brought out a few years back, he said, well, they're not gonna come on the chapter. Oh shit, this is a chariot? Oh, oh shit. Nah, they gonna be all, they're gonna nose up. Ain't nobody gonna be surprised.
Cause we waiting for redemption. The regular niggas not.
Nah.
So it ain't gonna be fair. That nigga got beamed up. This nigga was just robbing the nigga 3 days ago. You know? The Lord is fair, man. He's righteous in judgment and mercy.
Alright, and it reads, alright, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee,
Yep.
and I will save her that halted.
We're the ones that halted, man. The Lord has likened Israel into a calm and delicate woman. All right, we're the her that it's talking about.
What, 10
You
minutes?
get a simple woman. No, it's talking about women. No, it's talking about first and foremost the men of Israel, and it trickles down to the women. But it's talking about Israel in a whole, the nation of Israel in a whole. All right, we're the Lord's woman, so to speak.
And it starts with the elect, man. You know, cause think about it, man. Hey, we in the highways and hedges, right? Nobody's halting. You only had that one dude. He came by, you know, he said something. You know, out of the thousands of people that come up and down the street, walk up and down the street, nobody stops to hear the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. It's only a handful of people that do. You know, and even then, you know, they're not consistent. You know, they come, they go, you never see them again.
And they know what this is. You know, it's not like they, oh, we got Jehovah's Witness. They know what this is.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
You got the pamphlets, you got the tampons, you go to the address, give me the address. I'm like, oh, look, man, this is the address right here, man. This is what we've been instructed.
When you ever seen a Jehovah Witness wearing a garment with fringes and a border of blue on it? I mean, and then the only person in the Christian church that wears a robe is the pastor when he comes out to preach a sermon. Which that ain't even according to the scriptures. Who told you? What did the scriptures say? Come out with a great robe with a cross on it, you know, and a hoodie on it.
That little white thing.
Yeah.
They use that bearded cross, you know what I'm saying, scripture.
And you see them on the movies, they when they get into a fight with a Christian, they rip it off.
Maybe with the biggest crosses too.
They be Constantine when you ripped it. It's getting hot in here. Why is it that tight around your neck? Hey, see, the time is gonna come where you. Hey, the people also too in that time of trouble. You Christian pastors, Joel Osteen, all y'all, man, they're gonna be wondering why you ain't. They're gonna ransack that however many million worth church you got, that building.
Hey, man, they gonna find you in that pulpit, man.
They're gonna seek refuge at the churches, man.
Yep.
Woe to the pastors.
All the houses, man. That's what the churches is. You know, right here is the truth. Right, this is the fountains of living water. So it reads, all right, and gather her that was driven out. We're driven out of our homeland, out there in Israel.
And dispersed everywhere.
Dispersed everywhere all over the world. All right, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. Okay, because that's when it's going to be known who the children of Israel are, which really the children of Israel goes back to the word Yasharallah, which means he is a prince of the power, child of the Most High. It's going to be known who the children of the Most High are, man.
And the scripture saying in 2 Ezra 16, then shall they know who are my chosen. You know? And that fame, you know, that's going to come. Oh, I remember them. They was on the corners. They had those little garments. They had those garments with those things at the bottom.
The little strings.
And they had these signs.
And Deuteronomy 30:1 say that's what they say that the children of the Most High will be doing. Bringing to mind these curses, the blessings and the curses.
That people shall be willing in the day of thy power, because the Lord about to turn us up. We're about to be as the angels over here, man.
And also too, how we gonna get that fame is by the Lord, the deliverance. You know, where it says, is this the man? no, it's like, no, is this the man? Has he numbered amongst the children of the Most High? Because when we got delivered out of Egypt, and the brother did Jeremiah 16 and 14, when we got delivered out of Egypt, you know, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai's name spread about the earth, but also too, he was sanctified within us because of who he delivered.
Yeah.
Because when we went to who was it, Rahab? You know, the spies.
Yeah.
She knew.
Yeah.
I know you're the children of Israel. That was us having fame for Yahweh Al-Shai.
Reputation.
That's why the Lord said, "I will sanctify myself in you."
Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Right. Because that's still being talked about today. So another way of that fame coming through the Spirit.
Verse 15. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
That deliverance, man. Oh, those are the people that that great power delivered. They got beamed up into those ships, those chariots that were silver and gold. That's fame, man. You know? Dang, that was all these heathens are gonna know. Everybody's gonna know. Those are the people of the Lord. That's fame within itself, you know?
It says, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again to the land that I gave it to their fathers.
Because the elect are going to be delivered out of the four corners of the earth. The brothers that are out in the other countries, that's not over here in the Americas, all right, them chariots are going to go deliver them too. So the whole eyes are going to see Israel, all right? First and foremost, let me say this. Everybody's going to see how Shai come back, which is the king of Israel. It's going to trickle on down to his people. He's coming to deliver us and give us the same exact thing that he received of the Father.
That's a true brother right there.
Yep.
Nowadays, Jake be selfish.
Man.
That's real charity.
Yeah.
He not do that.
Nope. Kept it all for himself. And henceforth our blessing that Jacob received. All right? That he beguiled, what's the word? Supplanted Esau for. We're about to enter into it soon. Yeah,
I was gonna say this is the prophecy about what you're talking about when they see the salvation. It say this is Wisdom of Solomon 5:2, and when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for.
Yep. Hey, the last time we got delivered out of Egypt, the first time we got delivered out of Egypt, we walked out. We didn't get many wonders, but this time when we get delivered out of the land of the north, it's going to be something far beyond what the natural man can receive even right now. Even when we talk about chariots. Oh man.
You talking about that stuff in the movies.
Independence Day, really?
Meanwhile, these niggas believe in Egyptology with the gods with the different heads on them. They worship the nigga woman.
Yeah.
You know?
Did I finish up on Zephaniah? So finishing up with Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 20. It reads, at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gathered you. That gathering was coming by way of the chariots. And it says, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth. And it's a key point. When I turn back your captivity before your eyes, said Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Meaning we're going to witness this, man. All right, we're going to see it manifest before our eyes. Captivity being turned away, man. All right, this devil being brought down, all hell breaking loose, us being delivered out of the 7 troubles, as it is written in the book of Job. Okay, all the way up to getting beamed up and seeing Yahweh Shai himself being crowned. We're gonna witness that, man. That's what's gonna happen. Lord willing, we're the elect.
We're gonna see the transition of us being lowly to coming into power. That's how captivity is going to be turned back from amongst our eyes. The scriptures talk about how this place is like as a bad dream to us. It's like a nightmare. So we're going to see that nightmare, you know, be turned back away from our eyes, man.
I wake up and be like, oh man, I just had a dream. I was teaching.
And like you would wake up like, man, I had a dream. I had a dream. I had to stack up 15 pounds today, man.
Hey, well, that's how you would think it would be when you know go to the spiritual realm. You know, when you pass on, you know, it's like you waking up from being in a bad dream because the scriptures talk about how when you up there, you at rest.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, when I was edified at another camp, first day camp was New Year. You know, New Year's when he's coming to spring.
Turn it up.
Sometime, you're gonna turn up of your house from side. So let the Lord bring more judges and pessimists and for all the apostles to be filled. So
The Lord while he may be found.
so that we give all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to the apostle Elizabeth Millstone. Blessings. Blessings to Oculus. This is going on to the city. Hey, you got this sweater on from Pete Training Day. I mean, Baby Boy.
Baby, oh, this one?
The flannel.
Yeah. Remember he had that flannel?
Yeah.